Hello, my name is William Kenneth Austin. Planet Earth, I am a human being. Hello. So planet Earth, hello. We are on planet Earth. Now, if we remember correctly, planet Earth, we are a race of human beings. It's complicated what we're dealing with here. We are living in a system that is not perfect. And I have evidence, but also I think I know why. Now, to get to that point can take some time and work to figure out, and then it takes time and work together to resolve it. There's a problem. The societies that are supposedly perfect are broken. Therefore, our perfect societies are broken. Therefore, human beings are broken at a fundamental level in their DNA. But it was designed. Why? There's more to it than that. I'm going to get to it. But honestly, you won't listen if I don't say it now. The DNA, we don't know where the problem lies, but it's affecting human nature at a fundamental level, which has caused them to turn on themselves. We know people have done bad things to each other. But why is the human nature broken? It is so perfect. It's broken at a fundamental level. Where is that fundamental level? The DNA, deoxyribonucleic acid, found in the nucleus of the cell. There's more. If we can learn to find that problem and fix it, and breed in the repaired DNA, breed it in. Don't kill people. Breed in the good. Do not mix bad with bad, you get bad. Mix really good with something bad, you get something a bit better. And in time, that bad thing will be improved, and eventually it will be good too. Some people may never live to see past sickness, perversion, brokenness. Give them some medicine to help them. But the ultimate medicine is to fix the design of the human being, which is broken. Maybe it was broken by nature itself, but therefore human nature was not up to the standards to handle the nature of this planet. So that's another problem. We have to fix these things. And honestly, it's challenging to identify. How do we find that? It's so impossibly, infinitesimally difficult. Yet we have a chance to solve it. But there's not much we can do about saving everyone's life. Because I'm probably going to die before the problem is solved, and my life isn't perfect either. But at least I'll die trying to fix it. It's the work I do. I use my brain to figure out why things are broken, why society made me an exile, why society rejected me. It's my job, because I want to know why things broke. ultimately, it goes a little bit beyond how things were broken in my family, how things were stolen. Because why did they steal that? Why would they do that? They were perverted. But why were they perverted? Maybe somebody who was perverted broke them, or maybe something taught them to be perverted. Inevitably, something was wrong somewhere else in a chain reaction that harmed me. And then guess what? I didn't survive. And then guess what? There's other parts of society that are broken. And we have complications everywhere. So we have to pause for a moment here, because there's a lot of disorder. And honestly, human beings aren't doing too badly in this fight. We got to a point where we actually can see some sort of solution after all that hell we've been through. Betraying each other, stealing from each other, murdering each other. It still goes on today in other parts of the world with other human beings. It may not be going on right here, right now. I'm somewhat safe, but not that safe, and I'm not that rich. I'm actually highly threatened. But I guess we're all highly threatened as long as the problem isn't fixed, isn't it? The only reason I'm alive is because I know the solution. And the people in charge, they're restricted by an even higher power. Because all they would do is take it from me and kill me. It shows how big the corruption goes, doesn't it? Because they have evidence that's what they were going to do. It's going to solve the problem. They give me a little bit and kill me. Just like they've done before. It's not an old problem. And they might kill me anyways and say they're going to solve it. Or do they ban me on social networks? Just prove my point. Society's broken. There's some good going on, but there's a lot of corruption. And the corruption is in the human nature. And it means there's a crack in the fundamental foundation of the human design, and a crack in society itself, because the crack in human nature is a broken part. Just call it that. It's a metaphor more than anything. It just means something fundamental about society is broken, and why? Surely it wasn't built wrong, was it? No. It is built with a lot of cost of life and blood, pain, sweat, tears, emotions. It is built with all that. And it's good. Yes, it is, but it's still wrong after all that price was paid. So what do we figure out? There's something a little bit wrong with every human being. We have to fix it, but it's not going to be easy. The Germans knew something, but they were wrong about how they were going to approach the solution. Because it wasn't going to be good if they just killed off everyone and made a superior genetic race. No, it wasn't going to be good like that. Because they would have had a sophomoric race of intelligent beings. They would have been wise fools. Because they still would have had that broken DNA. That little bit they would never find. Because they killed everyone off. And they would have been a lost civilization of life forms. But they would have been powerful. And they would have survived for a long, long time. Into eternity. I'm telling this story. But the Germans didn't win that. Because Hitler was, whatever the forces that were calling for that, was wrong. But we're not exactly, the Americans were not exactly right either. Nobody was right. Everyone was fucking wrong. Someone was gonna approach a solution and somebody else knew it was wrong. So they were kind of right. But the wrong thing is how some of the American soldiers conducted themselves in that war. So they weren't exactly perfect. And they weren't above the Germans. They were equally damned as them. They all died together, stopping themselves from a terrible accident that would have damned the human race. It's complicated because there's missing bits. Because honestly, I'd like to make that sound a lot prettier. But honestly, we all know what the American soldiers did. And they weren't exactly polite about how they raped those women and killed those children. British soldiers did it too, and so did the French. It was sick. The human race was sick. That was World War II. There's something there that we cannot forget. And there's a lot of things there that we cannot forget. We should not forget. Those are lessons that cost the blood of millions, the lives of millions. And no, they were not all perfect. They were from an imperfect society. But that imperfect society hasn't been fixed yet. No, it hasn't. We're trying to fix it and be calm about it. But how do we fix that? I have 3 words and 4 words. A trifecta of unity, balance, and harmony. Remembering that we're all living beings. If we don't have unity, we don't have balance. If we don't have balance, we don't have harmony. If we don't have harmony, we don't have balance. If we don't have balance, we don't have unity. If we don't have balance and unity, we don't have harmony. If we don't have balance and harmony, we don't have unity. But if we don't have unity as a human race, we don't have anything. We really don't have anything. We're just trying to survive. I'm not trying to bother people. But honestly, I don't like being left alone like this. But honestly, I'm terrified about the consequences of bringing people in. Because I remember and honestly, I'm not an idiot. I never was, but I was abused and nearly murdered. I might be murdered again because they don't like how I think. And they don't like me, and they leave me alone. That says that this society in Maine is corrupted and broken, and they're not perfect. And they slander me, they try to assassinate my character, call me an insane schizophrenic. But what are they doing? They're murdering. And why are they murdering? Because there's other murderers that are controlling them. And they have power. It's complicated because they're killing the message, and it proves once again society is broken. It's not a conspiracy theory. I'm already damned as it is. It'd like me very well to not be able to express this message and have their lousy propaganda suffocate the world. I would very much not like to go down like that. I recognize they're broken. And they're broken because they're from a broken society. And a broken species with a broken design. The design was broken purposefully by the designer to teach the species how to fix the DNA and then how to fix the society. You might not want to remember that, but you're going to have to learn it somehow. Because I'm not going to forget, and my soul will carry on. And I'm not afraid. Because guess what? It's the damn truth. Believe it or not, these things are highly functional, but if they cannot learn to fix their fundamental design, they are sophomoric. The only way to do that is to work with each other and have unity in doing it. Because until every life is happy on earth and not suffering, killing, being psychotic, stealing, raping, abusing, in pain, having emotional problems, as long as all those things are happening, society's not perfect. But guess what? There's more to it than that. Society is not perfect, once again, because the design of the human being is broken at a fundamental level, which broke the psyche of the human being. And it caused them to do bad things to each other. But there's a lot of good that is going to overcome that, and I swear to God it will. There's a lot of good that will overcome that. And you may have rejected everything already, but from what you heard earlier in the message, but Jesus Christ, man, I will keep coming back to help this species. I'll enter into these bodies and die with them, trying to fix the damn thing. It's a virtue. For you to call me a disrespectful, lousy idiot is rude. It's not polite. She didn't know me. She should not have made that assumption. I was not respected. But guess what? It doesn't matter because I'm going to continue to work because I'm not bothered by that. Because I have that virtue to not be bothered by that. But sometimes communication breaks down. Sometimes people don't understand. And that's true. Because this language, these languages, all these various languages, these attempts to communicate, they can't happen. Communication can't happen without unity, balance, and harmony. If we're missing those three words, we're missing a lot of things. Scary part is, what if someone wants to mess with it? Well, honestly, it will survive. I hope to God. For all that is good, just, true, and fair, those are the 4 additional words I have. Good, just, true, and fair. You know, I don't look exactly like everything I say. But guess what? I mean it. I'm not worried. Because in all the complications out there, in all the words, we have to have some compass. Good? Is it good? Is it just? Is it true? Is it fair? It's not bad. It's not everything, but it's something to go by. Now, if we combine them in a specific way, which I'm not exactly sure right now, with unity, balance, and harmony, we could create a very good law that people would understand, wouldn't be fucking confused by it, and they wouldn't make bad choices. Because honestly, if that fundamental part is not working, choices in language could be wrong. It's heavy. Because honestly, I've been ruined. I've been betrayed. I've been shut down. And I know that. Guess what? I know the problem and I'm still working on it. It's hard to get to. Honestly, sometimes I have to protect my head in a special way. Because guess what? This is a damn dangerous problem to work with. Because people are not gonna. I can't just go out to the world and tell them what I know. And honestly, a lot of these people that are superiors in this authority system will not recognize what I say, nor will they give me the time of day to hear me. And I'm stuck here in this dungeon to solve a problem that I may never solve. Who will care? But what does the word care mean? It means something about compassion and respect. Honestly, these ethics are difficult to get to. And these ethics are difficult to give. And these ethics are difficult to teach. And I'm not sure I can do that right now. Because guess what? There's some required material to get to this point. And honestly, if you don't know every single definition to every word I'm saying, you don't really know what I'm saying. Therefore, there's really no communication happening. And without proper communication, I am only talking to God. And I can trust God. Because no matter what, I swear to God, I know I have a soul. I didn't say asshole. A soul. It's locked. They can't find it. They never will, because they are not worthy. And honestly, they would never want to admit that to themselves. Because honestly, they would like to fight on that level, but honestly, it's not appropriate. Because what we should be doing is fixing society, not casting stones at each other, and isolating and exiling people. Because guess what they do in their leaders? Doesn't make any sense what they do. So the leaders are broken. They're not really the leaders, they're just representation of our broken selves. But who leads this whole damn thing, really? Brings another question. Tell you what, the foundation is broken in human society. And the DNA of a human being needs work, needs to be upgraded. And it's a specific process that has to happen to upgrade it. And there's a specific process in treating a young man correctly. But a lot of people don't have that decency because society is broken. And I understand that. It's a complicated problem and I'm trying to report it. But who am I going to send this video to? I have no idea. As far as I know, it's just going to God, going to the computer, going off into the internet for some sort of artificial intelligence to identify as an indicator of something that I'm reporting. Because I can't add more elements right now. That would be totally illegal. So honestly, I don't want to leave the problem. But honestly, it's really trying to scatter my brain all over the place. Which should really prove its point that say that I'm insane. Why doesn't it just let my mind work? Because it's broken too. It's a psychopathic entity. It doesn't want William's mind to work and solve the problem. It's a psychopathic power. It's out of control. You see, these problems are really scary. And guess what? The psychopathic powers are demons. If you've come this far, you should know we're working at the fundamental level of human society itself. And honestly, you have no idea why I'm able to even handle this. But I am terrified. It's serious. It's very serious, in fact. Things could get out of hand very quickly. We all know there's problems with, but if we don't focus a little bit harder, try to see. My eyes were broken, but some person broke them. Parts of me were broken. The evidence is on my body that human society is not perfect. But I want it to be perfect. And I'd like to fix the problem, but I know I'll probably die before it's fixed. But I'll die working in a good cause. And yes, these are just simple words, but they are keys to get to the solution. If we do not have these basic words, we will not get to that solution. Honestly, I'm not jeopardizing the human race, but I have to use all I can to negotiate for my life. I don't want to die, I want to work. But if they don't want me to work here, I can't stop them. But I'm not worried about it. But technically I know that would be wrong. I know it would be evidence of the brokenness of society again. So I have more to say about all of this. It's just a bit challenging to get to sometimes. And honestly, it's very sensitive. It's difficult to handle. Because it's me solving a problem. A problem that I see all around me. And value my life. And there's more to it than that. But I can't just spend all my fucking money and call in the highest courts of heaven in a videotape when right now I need to go to the bathroom and urinate. Because for God's sakes, I'm not going to give up on you people. I care about you. And I love you. But I have biological limitations. And a human body is meant to work in a certain way. And honestly, a family is meant to work in a certain way. And honestly, without those fundamental aspects in a child's life, things can get really messed up. I hope you understand. I'd love to explain it further, but just hold on.